Hello lovely people, welcome back. So today I just have a quick list for you guys of shows and movies that are underrated on Netflix, so let's get started. So the first thing that I have on this list is a supernatural show, and it is called The Order. I actually hadn't watched it at the time that I made my list of supernatural TV shows, so I actually don't have it on that list, but I did go back and watch it later. That is why I wanted to put it on this list as something that is underrated, because even though I watch a lot of supernatural television, for whatever reason, The Order never popped up on my Netflix suggestions, and it took a long time for me to find it. Also, the first season is a little bit older. I think it came out in like 2018, and they just released the second season on Netflix. It's definitely one that did not show up on my recommendations for whatever reason, and I feel like it is a very good show and is in fact better than a lot of the shows which were being recommended to me, so I was definitely glad that I found it. If you like supernatural style shows, especially ones that are in a university setting, then I would definitely recommend checking out The Order. Another show that I have to recommend is actually a Korean drama on Netflix, and I feel like it was quite overshadowed by some of the other shows that are on Netflix, so that is why I definitely wanted to recommend it. Also, I feel like the title kind of makes people maybe not pay as much attention to it, but the title is Romance is a Bonus Book, and I feel that it is just a very well done K-drama, and also kind of mature, a little bit more mature than maybe some of the other K-dramas that are out there. So it is definitely one that I have to recommend just because it is so sweet and lighthearted, and just a really, really good show to watch, especially if you are looking for a romance. So the next thing that I'm going to recommend is actually an older movie. It would fall more into the teen genre, but it is definitely something that I just found to be a very kind of fun movie and a show that I think a lot of people might not actually think is on Netflix. So if you guys haven't seen the movie Barely Lethal, then it is definitely one that I would check out because it is a very fun movie to watch and falls a little bit out of the purview of regular teen movies, so it's definitely one that you should check out. The next thing that I want to recommend is also another Korean drama, but it definitely would not fall into the lighthearted category as it is definitely something that is very dramatic. I think that for a while it actually would have been considered highly rated, but because there are so many things coming out on Netflix constantly, many shows and movies will get kind of pushed out very quickly. So if you guys haven't seen Mr. Sunshine, it is definitely one that I would have to recommend just because it is so well done and it delves more into a specific point in history than most movies and Korean dramas that I have seen. Mr. Sunshine also has a lot of different genres going for it other than the fact that it is a drama. It could also fall into the category of suspense or thriller as well as historical, so it definitely checks a lot of boxes, but it is a very high budget and well done show, so if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. The next thing that I have is actually a movie, and I'm not sure how many people know that it's on Netflix, but it was definitely a very, very well done movie, very high budget, and if you haven't seen it, it's definitely one that you should check out. It is Minority Report, which stars Tom Cruise, and I would definitely say that it is a little more serious than maybe some other Tom Cruise movies, and it's definitely an older movie, but it was very well done, and I found it to be a very interesting sci-fi movie, and I would definitely have to recommend checking out Minority Report. If you are looking for a supernatural movie to watch, then there are a series of movies which I would definitely have to highly recommend and would delve more into the action category. But if you have not seen Underworld or any of the permutations of Underworld, then it is definitely one that I would have to recommend. I personally really, really like the Underworld series, and it is pretty divergent from most other vampire movies and TV shows that are out there. Just definitely thrilling and a very high octane type of movie series. Underworld is also something that I would recommend for movie nights or things like that, just because it is something that would have done on the big screen and is such a high action movie. So if you guys are interested in checking out Underworld, it is currently on Netflix. I also wanted to do a couple of honorable mentions before I go on to the rest of my list, so I'm just going to quickly put these out there. But there is a show which was on the CW and it was called Cult, and if you don't type in Cult and CW, then you're going to get a whole bunch of other movies that have nothing to do with this TV show, but it is currently on Amazon Prime, so if you guys have Amazon Prime, then I would definitely recommend checking it out for all of those people who really enjoy CW television shows. is a little bit older, so it definitely goes back more to the origin of what CW TV shows were, and it is just a very intriguing and good show. I have to warn you that it is only one season, but it was a very well done season in my opinion, and it was a show that I really, really wish could have gone on just because it has such a unique storyline. So if you guys are interested in that, it's on Amazon Prime. Another thing that I wanted to put into the honorable mention category is the movie, it's older, and it would definitely fall into the teen genre, is the movie Josie and the Pussycats. I felt like it was a very, very good movie, and it's one of those movies where if you are currently enjoying the darker side of Archie comics, then it is probably one that you should check out, because Josie and the Pussycats was kind of one of the first movies to delve into maybe doing a more mysterious or darker Archie comic before Sabrina and Riverdale came out. So if you guys are interested in either of those shows, then I definitely recommend checking out Josie and the Pussycats. If you guys are looking for it, you should be able to rent it online. And if you happen to have Netflix DVDs still, I don't know how many people have them, but if you happen to have Netflix DVDs, you definitely can order it through Netflix's DVD service. Another movie that I wanted to recommend in the kind of honorable mention category is a movie called Timer, and it's kind of an indie romance, I guess is the only way that I can describe it, and it is a very well done movie. So if you can find it anywhere, then I would definitely recommend finding it, or I think if you have the DVD service, I believe you can also order Timer through the Netflix DVD service. It's definitely just a very well done and lighthearted romance movie. So also, if you're wondering, it has a unique kind of sci-fi plot running underneath, so it's definitely a very unique type of movie. So the next thing that I wanted to mention that is actually on Netflix, another Korean drama that I feel maybe hasn't gotten that much attention, and it is the TV show Chicago Typewriter. It would fall into the supernatural category, so it is kind of a unique show, and I feel like it's one of those shows that maybe got a little bit of attention for a while and then just kind of fell off the radar. It is a very, very interesting kind of show, and I really, really enjoyed watching it. So definitely things going on in the plot that you might not expect, and quite a few twists and turns, so it is definitely one that I have to recommend. The next thing that I have to mention, which is on Netflix, which I feel like most people probably haven't seen, but it is a very, very good film, is the movie that is called The Endless. It is kind of a supernatural movie. If you guys haven't seen it, it is definitely one to see. I don't know, maybe you want to watch it in the daytime because it can get a little bit scary at times, but it's not actually a horror movie. It would definitely fall probably more into the supernatural or sci-fi category, and it is a very well done movie. It's one of those where you have to just start and watch it. If you try and watch part of it, it will become very confusing, so definitely watch it from beginning to end. And it is just such a unique show that's why I definitely recommend it. It does not fall into the category of Netflix original series or anything like that, so it might not pop up on your suggested list. If you guys have not seen the movie The Endless, then I would definitely say that you have to check it out. I also have a list of TV shows separated by genre, so if you guys are looking for a specific type of genre to watch, then you should definitely check out my playlist, which includes tons and tons of different shows. I think got like over 100 shows in it, so I'm sure that you can find something to watch. Also, if you guys are looking for updates, I don't do it that often, but I do make updates about new shows that I'm watching on TikTok, so you guys can definitely check me out over there as well. If you guys found this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.